What a wonderful day that the good Lord has brought us. We always want to thank Him for any and everything. And no less than that is a wonderful day that we've all got up that morning and shared the good news of life on this planet where we can contribute. And that's what we see happening this morning. We see a very iconic, worldwide best sports equipment, paraphernalia of all kinds, outdoor, that is the most wholesome environment that any of us can get. It's called vitamin D for a short, neophyte's version of what happens with outdoor sports. Well, we're so thankful for the opportunity here this morning to welcome Bass Pro Outdoor World, as it says behind me, and their very nice representative who's been around forever with the Bass Pro outfit and heads up as a region, this being the 25th under his guidance in this area. He mentioned 4 or 5 states. I'm not smart enough to recall all of them, but I can tell you one thing, we're very glad to have them here this morning. Along that line, I want to always congratulate the whole Odessa City Council, the Mayor, John Becknar, for working so closely with us during this particular time to land this best, again, outdoor sports equipment provider of all time. Now, I want to also distinguish that nobody outdid anybody as far as a rival that some people still try to conjure up between Middle and Odessa. This is a victory for the whole total Permian Basin and beyond. We always want to say that. When I landed here with my wife Carol of 64 years at the east side of Midland in a mobile home, we went in a small operation called Midland Odessa Driving School. At that point in our lives, we needed that source of income with the 2 young kids. But I'll say this, we could not have done it with Midlanders alone, and still today we can't do it with Midlanders alone and or Odessans alone. Now come and flip it. So we're right in the middle, and that's the reason why Bass Pro is here. We had to have business from both cities, both areas. Even had some people drive in from Stanton, had some people drive in from Crane to get training who had never had the opportunity to learn how to drive before. My whole point is, in 60 years, would everybody do the math on that? 64 today would be 60 years. It actually happened in July, so we got about 3 months to spare. That is still the case. No one of any substance, especially having the broad-based amount of inventory in a specialty item, can survive one or the other by themselves. That is very important to understand, and I'm very thankful this morning to see this as a tribute by Bass Pro to us in the Permian Basin to provide that iconic service that has been around forever. Along that line, I'll say the city government has been, city government, that's where you're supposed to say government. Damn near said it to begin with that way. If I didn't. Point being, that they were very cooperative from the beginning, and we tried to be very cooperative from the beginning to end. I want to give special tribute to 3 or 4 people who really helped over and beyond. From our side of the picture, Callie Norris and Yvonne Aguilar early on. Callie then became the driving force after those first 2 or 3 meetings and was a catalyst all the way through this. This was a victory for the ladies as well as anything else. I want to always point that out. And along that line, they worked very closely. I don't see her up here, but she's here. Elizabeth Shaughnessy at the Odessa City Economic Development worked very well with them. Before this ever started, I had conversations with others, but Mayor Hovind was always responsive before we ever even got going here on this to try to put the wheels in place to speed up the process and make it as painless as possible, because we were not involved in the city's negotiations with Bass Pro. I talked to Johnny Morris about 4 or 5 days after we had consummated the deal, and that's how long it took once we decided that's where to go. He said, John, I just want to say one thing. He said, I've done a few of these, and he had only 175 or so. He said, I've never seen, if someone would have told me, and his words were, if someone would have told me that from the time that we thought we had a deal and agreed to a deal, that we have everything papered and ready to go. So that's never happened before that I can recall in all my years of doing these deals. So again, Bass Pro, us, we do one thing: apply the KISS system. What's the KISS system? For those of you who haven't heard, probably 90% of you have. Keep it simple, stupid. Everybody get that? Keep it simple, stupid. Treat others like you want to be treated. And guess what? You get to the finish line a lot quicker, less animosity, and life goes on and you get on the next deal. So I'm very thankful again for this wonderful, wonderful company coming to our area to serve the best Bass Pro for 250 miles any direction. We're at least 50% bigger than even those within 250 miles than the next largest Bass Pro. So if you want the complement of the full array of outdoor gear, this is the way and where to come. And guess what? Our good friends at EMJ Construction, who they have contracted with to build this facility, have said that they're going to have this thing open in about a year. Now, don't hold them to 2 or 3 days, but that is a historic piece to begin with. Over 100,000 square feet of just plain old building infrastructure will be involved in this process, not to say the paving and access coming off of Yukon Road from Midland or coming off Faudree from Odessa. We have a piece of history that has been recorded as of today, and I can tell you it will be long-standing, and we're very thankful for it. And I want everybody to give the Bass Pro, EMJ, all the contractors, a hearty helping hand anytime they reach out, without malice, forethought, or trying to undo anybody. We're all about love in this world today. We got to have that in this operation. Very thankful for your attendance. Thank you very much. Give Bass Pro a wonderful.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.